Good morning. I'm Elizabeth. I'm a respiratory therapist working in HCA's South Atlantic Division. This morning we're going to talk about how to set up a high flow nasal cannula on your patient. So if your patient has been on nasal cannula and they require more than 6 liters per minute, then your next step up would be a high flow nasal cannula. When you retrieve the cannula from your supply closet, you're going to need several things, and depending on what brand your facility has, it may not be all in one package. So you're going to need a high flow nasal cannula itself, a refillable bubble humidifier, as well as sterile water. To set all of this up, you want to start with your bubble humidifier. Regardless of the brand, there are going to be some markings on the canister. Some brands will say minimum as well as maximum. Other brands are only going to have a line near the top, which is the maximum fill line. You do want to make sure that when you fill this with sterile water, that you're never filling it above that line. So this canister will never be completely full. If you fill it above the maximum fill line, then your patient is going to have water bubbles coming through the cannula into their nose and will be very uncomfortable. So you're going to screw the top off of your bubble humidifier and fill it to just below the maximum fill line with sterile water. Your bubble humidifier for your high flow nasal cannula has a built-in pop-off valve. Next, you're going to open your cannula. Your bubble humidification bottle then is going to screw directly onto the flow meter. If you have a Christmas tree on the flow meter, you need to remove that first. Once the bottle is screwed on, you will attach your cannula to the end of the bottle. With this nasal cannula, you can give flows up to 15 liters per minute. And you can see while it's set on 15, there's a lot of bubble action going on. This is why we do not fill the water beyond that max fill line, because all of these bubbles, all of this turbidity in the water, if it's filled higher, will cause the water to come right through the circuit and into the patient's nose.